step. The first step is to rescue our football. If the sporting public, if the clubs is satisfied with our football, then I don't need to contest. If the sporting public, if Ghanaians, if football club owners, people who spend their daily life and money to run football, if they are satisfied with the position of our football currently, then me, George Afriyie, I don't need to rescue Ghana football. The truth is that for the past 4 years, our football is divided. The truth is that our football has declined. For the first time in the history of our country, a Hassan Kotoko was open free gate, yet still it was empty. If Ghanaians think that the performance of our national teams in recent times is an improvement from 4 years ago, then I don't need to contest. If Ghanaians are satisfied with our leagues, then I, George Afriyie, don't need to contest. If there is transparency in the administration of football, I don't need to contest. You've been made to believe that COVID strike. Now football politicians has turned into political party politicians. If you are a football person, you and I will agree that your budget for the year for a Premier Division, for a Division 1, is a minimum of $100,000. And if COVID strike, apart from your salaries to your staffs and players, what else do you spend on? There's no football. And it is not the case that a certain house of folk or Kumasi Asante Kotoko or Dreams FC makes millions of dollars in every year. And so therefore, if COVID strike, then they are losing revenue. It is not the case. Our football every year, if you speak to people who spend money to run football, they will tell you the truth, that we are running football from our pocket, from our businesses. Sponsorship is not enough to run football in this country. And so don't let anybody deceive you that COVID strike. I'm hoping that the next argument will be that Ukraine has also affected football. I am sure, because they say COVID. And I'm saying, my name is George Kwesi Afriyie. Under COVID, the money received by our association has never been given by our mother body FIFA. It's unprecedented. You can speak to member associations. We are in a global world. Ghana is just one of the 210 member associations. So don't let anybody tell you that COVID. Yes, COVID strike, we agreed. Yet we went into difficulty. We went through difficulties. But you have to ask yourself, this is the first time we had direct cash from our government. This is the first time our government sends Zoom lions to our stadia and to our offices to clean up the place. So don't let anybody deceive you that COVID strike and so therefore it affected our football. And for those of you who don't know, I want to educate all of you. Under normalization committee, there was a certain NC tournament. And this is what normalization committee, the football was handed over to people who were not football people. But those people was able to finance an NC special competition with a minimum of 30,000 each to a football club. So if a current administration gives you 30,000 Ghana cedis as a Division 1 club, what have you done? Why are we deceiving ourselves? I am saying it here on authority that in the past administration, the old administration headed by Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi, the maximum a federation member can receive from FIFA was a maximum of $275,000. It took Infantino, when he was campaigning to become the the president of FIFA, he said that FIFA has a lot of reserves and that money must be shared for football countries. It was Infantino who increased the annual, what we today call the FIFA forward, by $1 million. So my administration received $1,250,000 a year. FIFA gives them $250,000 a year. So minus sponsorship, this administration gets 1.5 million USD from the mother associations, CAF and FIFA. And the painful thing is that you see my brothers who run football on behalf of the federation. The first major task of a member association or football association is to develop the sport in all member associations. So the member association in Ghana, in this case, our first task is to develop football. I throw it to you, the media. Where is our first point of development of football? Is it not the regions? Is it not the RFAs who develop football in the regions on behalf of the Ghana Football Association? So if you are an RFA member and you've been asked not to be part of the decision making of Ghana football, and that sit in your Bolgatanga, sit in your Cape Coast, sit in your Kumasi, sit in your Ho, and that decision is taken from Accra and bring it to you, and you don't see anything wrong, then I have a problem. Then you don't even deserve the people's mandate. Because for me, you need to trace the history of Ghana football, of the Executive Council, the Executive Committee, and today the Executive Council. In the past, when government used to nominate people to serve as president and the one becomes a member of the management team, the Executive Council was as many as 37. It took reforms under FIFA. Then our Executive Council was reduced to 23. When the Normalization Committee took over, they did consultation. Some of us, like me, my position has not changed. My position is that members of the Regional Football Association must be members of the Executive Council. That is my position, because the responsibility of running football has been handed over to them in the various regions. So my brother, take it for instance. Between my brother Odrosafo or Enimado, who represent one club, Brekum Chelsea or a young apostle, and the man who lives in Cape Coast, who travels to Ejumako, Swedru, Winneba, Kaswa, and run all the juvenile football on behalf of the association, who should be sitting at the Executive Council? Please, when the Normalization Committee was handing over to us, we made a pledge to ourselves. We said, let us accept everything that they gave us. When they leave, we will amend our own statutes to accommodate some of the things that we think it's wrong. You've been in power for 4 years. In 4 years, the Executive Council did not find it prudent to find a way to integrate this the Regional Association chairman into the Executive Council. At the last Congress in Kumasi, the FA president is telling you that he has forwarded an amendment to FIFA for approval. This is what my friend PJ used to say, Croc John. Because you see, in FIFA, it is clear. There are mandatory provisions that you cannot alter, provisions that you cannot amend. Those provisions are what you cannot change. But every member association can make rules and regulations and issues that can affect its own present situation. My brother, I'll ask you a simple question. The FA president and the Executive Council has asked us to pay 50,000. If my brother Kurt Okraku wants to contest for FIFA position, the president of CAF position, the Executive Council, ask him whether he's going to pay money. Because in FIFA and CAF, there is money for governance. You don't need to pay a filing fees. But here in our situation, the FA found it prudent that no, we need organizational costs, so pay 50,000. This explains that there are things you can do in your jurisdiction that does not require the approval of FIFA. But the RFs be made to believe that, oh, we've sent amendment to FIFA waiting for approval. Okay, if that is the case, why is the FA president promising at the last Congress that we will be giving you 4,000 and we'll set an RFA desk at the secretariat? If the man has any intention of bringing you to Executive Council, why would he be giving you 4,000? Because already the members are enjoying 4,000. So he thinks that if it's the money, I'm giving it to you anyway. In the coming days, today I have filed. In the coming days, we will be educating our brothers. The people who spend their money from their pocket, the people who waste their time to run football, we will be telling them every single truth. You have been made to believe that, oh, Mr. Kurt Okraku is creating wealth for all. That's a good thing, but he's creating wealth for Dreams FC. It's clear. If 3 members of his technical team make it to the World Cup, and everybody gets an appearance fee of $100,000, how much has his team made? 300. How much have you made as a club as Ufuk, as a club as Kumasi Asante Kuto, as a club as Midiama? Open your eyes. Open your eyes. The wealth is not being created for all. The wealth is being created for a few friends and cronies. Just open your eyes. And we are going to speak the truth. We are not going to malign anybody. We are not going to defame anybody, but we will tell the truth. As I stand here, as far back 1 month ago, I knew how much was coming to the FA account. I know that FA has received $1.5 million US for preparation for the World Cup. How it was used, who questioned that? I am aware that the FA has received $1,250,000 as it was used. Who questioned that? I am aware that FIFA money has also come $9 million. How it will be used? Who questioned that? We are going to make the football public. The people who spend their time and energy to run football, to know the truth. We will go door by door. We will tell them. If at the end of the day, all the people say that no, in spite of everything that you have said, we still want Mr. Okraku, I will be the first to cast the first vote for him. And let me tell you, and this is my last point for you. If you look at the number of people who are clamoring to become ESCO members, it's enough justification telling you that everything is not right. If the people who want to contest the executive council position think that Mr. Okraku has done well, then let us also withdraw, and all of us go and back them, plus the executive council. If they have done so well, then I expect everybody who has picked form to contest the executive council to drop. If they drop, I'll be the first to drop. Then everything is fine. Let's rally behind our boss. Let's rally behind our FA president, and then move Ghana football forward. Because that is what I stood for 4 years ago. In 4 years ago, we were going to the 3rd round when I considered defeat. And I said that everybody should follow Mr. Kurt Okraku. He has my support, and I expect everybody to support him. It didn't end there. The next morning, I pick a phone and say, boss, you are now my boss. You are the FA president. You have my support. Count on me. I did a live video, told everybody that, but what do we see today? We don't matter. Now it is them against us. Our football is divided. In the coming days, the news will come out. Our manifesto will come out. Our vision will come out. The true situation of our football will come